Good morning. I'd like to welcome you. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to Self-Life's Unique Boutique. Greetings from Maine, everyone. This is my tiny little corner of the internet where I share my what I have done as far as projects are concerned, cross stitch, quilting, whatever. So, if you are new here, thank you so much for pressing play. If you are one of my regulars, welcome back. Your support, your comments, your everything is very, very much appreciated. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Today, this is FlossTube number 95, and today is June 20th. So I have no finishes, not yet anyway. I am sincerely sorry I don't have any finishes, but I am trying. I seem to have more starts than finishes as of late. Okay. Oh shoot. Can you hold on 1 second? There was one whip I forgot. Sorry, there was one that I forgot. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Let's start with, hopefully, this is going to go in no particular order, but the first thing I'm going to show you is one of my starts. Didn't get very much done on this one. Because I think I might have to start it over. I don't know. But after I get done filming this and while I'm uploading and whatnot, my Fancy Life Frolic is starting this afternoon, probably around noon, yeah. And what that entails is getting all your fancy, like if you do fancy ladies, if you do animals that are all dressed up, that sort of thing, just things that you consider to be fancy. I like the old Gothic frames. I consider those to be fancy because they're all filigree and whatnot, and they're beautiful. But I do, believe it or not, have bought a few fancy ladies that I plan on hopefully starting one or two this weekend. Alright, let's see if we can find this one. Is the one I started was called Overgrown with Autumn. It's by PinkLily Patterns, I believe the name of it is. You know, find it here. Oh, it's here somewhere. Oh, come on. Where are you? Yep. Ah, here it is. Whoop. This is what it looks like when it's complete. My goal was 500 stitches. I have yet to get that. But This is Overgrown with Autumn. I started this on June 13th, last Friday, which was 2025. I'm using a 25 easy count. I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000 stitches, and out of 202,500 stitches, I only have 200, and I have 0.10%. And it's just all black right now. So that's all I got done. So there is that one. Okay. Now, the next one, I might as well, oh yeah, I'll get this one out of the way. The next one is from Box and Fox on Etsy, and PinkLily Patterns. I think they have a website, not 100% sure, but I do know you can find them on Etsy. And she is also on Instagram, and she posts what's on sale, you know, if there's a bundle that she's trying to get people interested in. Yeah. Okay, this next one is from Box and Fox. It's called Coffee Abstract, and I got 202 stitches done on this one. And there it is. I'm working up here in this cup. And I started this on June 16th using an 18 count easy guide. I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000 stitches. Out of 22,350, I have completed 202, and I am at 0.90%. And this is what it looks like. Where's that thread? Over there. This is just 600, DMC 600 right now. And there's that. Yep, he did that. Nothing. Yeah. Alright. What else did I work on? Okay, yesterday was Juneteenth. And I started this last year on Juneteenth with my friend Claudia from Oklahoma. She worked on for a little bit yesterday. I think she probably got more done than I did, because I only got in 100 stitches. And this is what it looks like. This is from Cross Stitch TR. And this reminds me of my 3 children. I have 2 stepchildren and 1 biological child. And using this is from Cross Stitch TR. It's called Owl. I started on June 19th, 2024. I'm stitching it on 18 count easy guide, and I'm using call for anchor floss. There are 38,700 stitches. Out of that, I've got 2,564 complete. My goal is 3,000, and I am at 6.63% done. And like I said, I did not accomplish a lot on this yesterday. Come on. Here it is. Background is white. Am I considering starting this? No. No, I've got too much time into this right now. So what I'm trying to do is get over this way to the other little ear here, and then work my way across. I'm going to try to make it to the next corner. And once I do that, I can work my way either across, down, whatever. So, there's that. I am going to attempt to take this out again and get more than 100 stitches done on it. But until I can figure out the problem with the ear, the first ear, I don't know. Okay. So there's that one. Now, there we go. Then I started a new one yesterday, so I guess every year on Juneteenth I will be starting a new full coverage. And this one took me forever to try to figure out how to put in Pattern Keeper the right way. It was not pleasant, but I finally figured it out, got it in there, no problem. Let's way down at the bottom, come on, there we go. This one I got from Celtic Art Cross Stitch on Etsy. It used to be Celtic Rose Cross Stitch on Etsy. It used to be Celtic Rose Needleworks on Etsy. This is the Gothic Queen of Hearts. It kind of looks like a playing / tarot card. I saw it, add to cart. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Add to cart is what I did. And these are relatively inexpensive. I think it was only maybe $6. But there it is. And she is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So, this one I started yesterday, Juneteenth, 2025. I'm using a 20 count easy guide. I'm using the called for colors. My goal is 5,000. Yesterday I got 242 complete. I've done some more this morning. I'm not quite sure how much. But I don't even think I made it to 1%, to be totally honest with you. I have, out of 113,230 stitches, I have completed 454, and I am at 0.40%. It's going to take a little while. But I did get some color in instead of just black. And here it is. As you can see, I'm working on the Q in the corner and working on some of the black. So that's that one. Okay. And then I was supposed to work on Noel today, because it's full coverage Friday. But where I'm starting my Fancy Life Frolic today, and it goes from today at noon and ends Monday at noon. I thought it would be a good idea to do it yesterday, so I did. And I forgot how much I love working on this one. So I'm going to have to put it in some sort of rotation. Here is Noel. The N is complete. I'm working on the house underneath the N. This one here. And then I want to try to stay with the same color scheme. So then I'll move up to the moon. I'm only using 2 colors right at the moment. I started this is Noel from Box and Fox. I started this on November 1st, 2024. I'm using an 18 count, stitching on an 18 count easy guide, Ada, using the called for DMC, and out of 16,720, I have completed 1,938. My goal is 4,000 stitches, and I am at 11.59%. And yeah. There it is. So I think I figured out a rotation, but I'm not quite sure yet. I have really come to the conclusion that temperature stitching is not for me. I'm not going to even attempt it again because it's just not for me. I think what does work for me is a 100 stitch a day project. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start with whatever 0 was and work 100 stitches on that for 7 days, from Friday to Friday. And then I'm going to take the next one, 100 stitches a day, from Friday to Friday. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, this one I did not work on. I need to. Alright. So on Noel, I got 434 stitches complete. So, made me very happy. Alright. I did work on Harry Potter. And I'm getting closer and closer every time I pull him out. So I'm going to continue to pull him out once a week and get 300 stitches in. Where's Harry Potter? Oh, there it is. This is Harry Potter. And I'm working on the this right here, the orange white. So, this is Harry Potter sampler. It's from Shishuda Designs on Etsy. I started this on December 5th, 2024 for snow day stitching. So in the winter, when it starts getting close to like Christmas and whatnot, and it starts to snow again, I'm going to pick up a different one and work on it, or start a different one. I'm using an 18 count easy count, using all the called for DMC. Out of 5,760, I have done 45,000 even. 4,500 even. 4,500. Now my goal on this is just 1,000 stitches, but you know, working 300 stitches on it every week. So I have exactly 1,260 stitches remaining. And I got 301 complete. Here's where I So I'm starting to put the envelope in. I still have to work on the Patronus. Next time I get the gray out, I'll start working on the Patronus again to try to color complete. Because I really don't have that much left of the 415, I think. So, there's that. Harry Potter. Alright. Next is QS Alice. Now, this one, I love this one. Like I said, I think I have the market cornered as far as cross stitch is concerned on Alice in Wonderland. Alright, this is the, oh, it's a book. Oh, cool. Ooh. Oh, sorry. Gotten lost. This is QS Alice. The artist is Hannah Lynn, and it was charted by Heavan and Earth Designs. This was my temperature stitching. On my temperature stitching. What in the world? QS. Oh, yes. I was for Wonderland Wednesday. So this was, got 355 stitches complete. So I did over 200. And, I haven't even showed it to you yet. I started this on December 24th, 2024. I'm stitching it on an 18 count easy guide. I'm using the called for DMC. Out of 70,872 stitches, I have completed 1,800. My goal is 3,000. Haven't made it yet. But I'm working on it. And I am at 2.54% complete. So this one will stay out for a little bit. And here it is. As you can see, I'm getting some new colors in. Right in here. So there it is. Plus I've been filling in some of the ninja stitches here and there. I will continue to work on this. I think I lost a needle in here. There it is. I will continue to work on this until I get to 3,000. And then I'll change the goal. By putting 3,000 in at a time. Okay, next. Let's get one of those. I did work on my wiki, but I don't know how much I got in there. But I think it was like 100 and something. I don't have a picture for this one. This is Soft Wookie, and it is by Amy, the designer's Amy Lee. I started this restarted it on May the 4th, 2025. I'm doing an 18 count silver moon. I'm using the call for DMC. My goal on this is 1,000 stitches, and I haven't gotten it yet. So I got 141 done. And I started on the word great. So I'm basically working on the left side and then making my way over to the right. This was on my temperature stitching. This is going to be another one that I work on for a week, every day. It doesn't matter how many stitches I do in that time. I really don't care, as long as I get it close to being done. So, and that's another reason why I leave the little cards in there. Okay, next. I didn't work on spring. Nope. Oh, this one did get called. This is the Gobble Couple by Aury TM, or the Native Couple, or Native Gobbles by Aury TM. I started this on January 16th, 2025. I'm stitching it on a 16 count model, the Brown Ada from Wicked and Whimsy, and I'm using all the called for floss. My goal for this is 1,000. I have yet to get that. Out of 1,000 stitches, I have 871 stitches complete because I got 110 the other day, and I was able to just leave it this way. There we go. I was able to finish up this motif in the middle, and then I worked on over here. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So this will be another one that I take out and work on once a week. So there's that one. Next. I don't think I worked on that one. But I did work on this one. This is Snow Globe Alice from Jardin Prive. I started this on April 9th, 2025. I started it for Wonderland Wednesdays. I'm using an 18 count mint by Pictures Plus, and every time I pick it up I'm supposed to put 100 stitches in it. So far I've got 676. I did 125 stitches the last time, and I was able to get the flower finished, and I worked on the vine above her head. And there it is. Oop. There we go. So the next time I got a leaf in. So the next time I work on this, I'm going to continue working on the vine and the leaves and little flowers that are above her head. And then pick another spot and just go for it. This one I really want to get finished because I really like it. So that'll be another thing I work on weekly. Well, if I take all my, temperature stitching and work on it every day for a week, then that's 7 days worth of working. Alright. What's next? Nope. 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 I wanted to, but nope. Nope. No, I didn't. I did work on my silhouettes though. This was for Motif Monday. And I did do 225 stitches. Oof. This is from Teresa Kogut. It's called the Silhouettes Quaker. I have a love-hate relationship with this one. I do. Oh my goodness. So, I am doing this on... I started this on July 30th, 2023, so it is a year old, almost a year old. I'm using an 18 count Pictures plus Cyprium. I'm using 3799 and DMC 14. My goal is 3,000 stitches. I only have 921. I did 225. So what did I do? Oh, yes. I just worked on this side. So I finished this witch, got her legs and her feet in, did a couple of stars, and then I started working on... Oh, this is backwards. I'm looking at my back. Ooh. No, you can't have that. Oh. Sorry. Showing my back off to the world. Okay, there we go. So, and then I'm working over here on this motif. Still working on that first page. Well, actually, starting on the second page a little bit. Working on the top, let's put it that way. And, like you said, it's just 2 colors. So, here's that. That motif that I showed you under the witch's foot, it's got Frankenstein in it. I'm going to try to finish up Dracula. He's next on the list. So, I did work on my silhouettes. There we go. And then... Oh, I did start Frankenstein's Gnome. Didn't get very far. Unfortunately, I did not get very far. I'd like to say I did, but that would be a lie. Here he is. It's the Frankenstein Gnome. I love it. It's so cute. It's just so cute. Yes. But I think I might have to frog out something. Not quite sure. But I'm doing this. I started this on June 16th, 2025. And I am doing this on a 18 count piece of Pictures plus Hunted. I'm using the code for DMC. My goal is, you can see very little, but there's some green and black in part of the bolt. My goal is 2,500, and out of 4,075 stitches, I only got 140 complete, and I am at 3.44%. So, not a glowing start for my gnomes, but you know what, it's okay. They're just my gnomes. I spin for one every week, and then we take it from there. So there's that one. Okay. This is my stained glass bee. And I think it's from Lutheran Arts. And I, as everybody knows, I love the look of stained glass cross stitch, or things that are cross stitch that are stained glass. So this has been a treat. I use this for I Spy. The prompt was B. I gotta find where it is, because this is the one that everybody, or a couple people, voted on. This is what I call the stained glass B blue, because it's got a lot of blues, purples, greens, so on and so forth. So I got, here we go. I started this on June 9th, 2025. No, this way. And I'm doing this on a 20 count white Ada using the code for DMC. My goal, excuse me, is 3,000 stitches. This has, no, this, I think this is from PinkLily Patterns. I think. I'm not quite sure. But it's got 19,957 stitches. Out of that, I have 454, and I am at 2.35%. Miss Betches! Hello! Come here. No? You don't want to come see Mama? Oh, you're mad. That's right, you got squirted with the hose. There we go. There it is. Hopefully I lay it on Papa's pillow. He's so nice. And then worked on, I can't remember what the stained glass muse for the BL. This was for Peaceful Stitch, and I find monochromatic extremely peaceful. I think Andy, the crow stitcher, did this one, and she did it in pink, and the eggs reminded her of a Ukrainian. Oh, hello, hello. Oh, yes, you are that. Oh, mad. Reminded her of a Ukrainian eggs that they make. I don't know if Ukraine celebrates Easter or not, but they paint them and then gloss them, and they look absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. They really do. She showed a couple on her channel. So I know she did this one, she just recently finished it. But I'm stitching this. This is from Daily Pattern Post. It's called Easter Eggs, and I'm stitching this on an 18 count hydrangea. I started this on June 15th, 2025, and I'm just using DMC 31. My goal is 2,500 stitches. Out of 10,516 stitches, I have completed 258, and I am at 2.45%. And this is a Fabric of the Month from Forbidden Fiber Company. And there it is. Isn't that gorgeous? And you're probably wondering, what are you going to do with all these? How are you going to finish them? You know? Well, I do have somewhat of a plan. We'll see. I do. Alright, so that's the Easter eggs, which I got 258 stitches on. And that is also the stained glass bee, which I got 272 stitches on. Okay. Now, we have three more. This one I have to work. Okay. Oh, yeah, gotta work on that one too. Okay. Alright, last Friday was my full coverage was the woodcut raven. Ooh. Looks like this one's done. I did not get the 400 stitches in on Friday. I thought I had 400 stitches in, and then when I looked at it, I realized I didn't. But it was already out of the hoop, and I wasn't going to fight with it to get it back in, and so I got what I got. This is a Woodcut Raven 2 from Pandora X Stitch. I started this on April 1st, 2024. No, 2025. Sorry. I'm stitching this on a 20 count Easy Guide Ada, and I'm using all the call for floss. My goal is 5,000 stitches. Out of 84,900, I've completed 1,012. And I am at 1.19%. So no, I didn't get the full 400. I think I got 382. But you know what? That's okay. I filled in. Filled in quite a bit, actually. There it is. I haven't gotten to the raven yet, but I'm working my way. Once I get this part done here and one of these done, then I'll be able to go back up here and work my way down into a diagonal. But, yep, that's that one. This one is not so much fun to work on, but you know what? It is what it is. So, I will continue to work on it when it comes up in my full coverage rotation. Full coverage Friday picks. And then I worked on my autumn clicker. And I adore this one. I literally adore it, and I am going to be pulling it out some more because this is something I really want to get done because I love it. I absolutely love it. It is the smoothest, easiest, you know. I think we need to go down this way. and it's not very big, and the colors are gorgeous, and I'm doing it on a tea dye that I did myself. This is called the Autumn Quaker, and it's from Verbena Designs. No, the picture's not going to come up very well, but you get the gist. And I worked on this. I have to get I did not work on the spring sampler. I did not work on rain. The Autumn Quaker, yes, I need 3,000. The coffee abstract, I need 5. So, let's see. Here it is. This is the Autumn Quaker by Verbena Designs. I started this on November 22nd, 2024. It's also going to be a Motif Monday pick. I'm stitching it on an 18 count tea-dyed Ada that I dyed myself, and I'm using the call for DMC. And I gotta change the goal because it says 800, so I gotta change it to 3,000. Not that far away. Out of 7,070 stitches, I have completed 2,316, and I am at 32.76%. And I did not want to stop working on this the other day, but I did. So, and what was the count of stitches I got in this? 228. What I did was I put this little bird in. I finished up these brown things, and then I worked on the tree. I'm going to finish up the box because there's another bird on the other side of the tree that's mirrored. Plus I need to put in a whole bunch of leaves and then do the bottom. Top and side. Isn't that gorgeous? Ugh. I love the colors, and they look so good on this tea dye. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, I need a drink. Okay. Last but not least, I'll grab that a little bit. Last but not least, I worked on there she is. This is Alice in the Leap Hairs. The designer is Simona Candini, and it was charted by Thread Geeks. And I got a little bit done on it. Alright, here we go. This site started March 9th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count easy guide, and I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 3,000. Have I hit that yet? Nope. I'm working on it though. This has got 63,504. I have completed 1,783, and I am at 2.81%. I got 300 stitches complete when I pulled this out. And I have been filling in. So I only have one little ninja stitch right here. And then that whole side from here all the way down to here, from here all the way down to here will be complete. I still have quite a lot to go, but I think I've got a pretty good jump on it anyway. It's hard to tell, there's different colors in this because of the light in here, but there's black, there's 3799, there's 535, there's 844, very dark gray. I think I will, at some point, I will be getting into some lighter grays because of the hair of Alice and the bunny fur. So there we are. That's that. Okay. Now that is it for my whips. This is gonna go back in here until I get my goal of 3,000. All right. So there were a few things that I purchased. You saw the Gothic Alice already. Oops. There we go. But there were a few others that I got that I could not resist. And since starting July 1st, I will be on a no-buy holds, and I'm going to get what I can get when I can get it. Where are you people? Hello. Okay. Alright. Well, this one, don't think I showed it. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But this one is one of the ones I'm going to start this weekend. It's called the Butterfly Days. D-A-Z-E. I'm not quite sure who the artist is, but I know it was charted by Stitchy So Beautiful. And it is gorgeous. This is my idea of a fancy lady. I'm sorry, but to me this is a fancy lady. So this is going to go, it's going to be for my Fancy Life Frolic weekend, which starts as soon as I get done recording. Isn't that beautiful? And then this is the one, after I saw it, oh, I was on such a bad, you know, I was like, oh! But so far, I have accumulated, I think, $8, because every 1,000 stitches I do, I earn $1, or earn a bobbin. So I've got 8 bobbins in my cup. So this is from Stitchy So Beautiful as well. This is the Mad Tea Party. And look, you got the Queen of Hearts, you got Alice, you know, drinking tea. To me, that's fancy. Am I going to start this weekend? I don't know, maybe. This is House Mouse. It is also from Stitchy So Beautiful. Look at that. This is a small, so it's only 250 by 250. He's so cute. With his little heart. And I got Candy Cane Mouse. I'm not quite sure what this one's from either, but there he is. It's not the best mock-up, but cute. His little scarf. This one is also Stitchy. No, this is Zana Coswell Fragile Thoughts. And then we have, this is Cozy Dog, or Crazy Dogs. Oh, my love. This is Once Upon a Time, or Once Upon a Mad. No, I'm not going to show that one because that did not come out good. And then, of course, you saw the Gothic Queen. That's what I'm working on. So, there's a couple other things. I got this kit, and I went to Martin's a couple weekends ago. It's called the Dimensions Kit. It's the Owl Trios, and I only paid like $5 for it. Thank you. And then I received these today. This is Cottage Garden Samplings, the January Snowdrops. Because my stepson was born in January. My stepdaughter was born in June, so we have June's honeysuckle. And Cottage Garden Samplings also is starting A Year in the Woods #2, and this is #1. The wolf. Oh. He's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Love it. And then I received a piece of 18 count pictures plus Monster Mash. And, don't fall, please. Please, please. Okay. I got Jardin Prive Autumn Quaker. I just need to get the winter one. Or do I have a winter one? I might have a winter one already. So this will be a new start soon. And Tent Maker Smalls March. I have to find September, January, and June. And December. This is Carolyn Manning. And it's only the stitch area on it, if you use 18 count, it's only 3.5 by 3.5. So there it is. So there's all my new stuff. I'll put that there for now. Okay. So, shall we go on to plans and goals? Alright. So like I said, I've decided that, you know, temperature stitching is definitely not for me. So, I've tried. So on the 23rd, which is Monday, my Motif Monday is supposed to be the April Quaker. I might be changing that. Yeah, I think I'm going to. So, plans and goals. Because I think I know where the stitching is, just not quite sure where the chart is. So Motif Monday. Will be Deep Sea. Yeah, I'll change it in the book here. So that'll have 200 stitches on Wonderland Wednesday will be Fairy Rabbit. And all these things are going to be put in my container down here. So that's 200. And then for the 27th, which it would be Full Coverage Friday, is Coffee Abstract. And that's 400 stitches. After I'm done, I'll pause and find everything, put things away, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, I've pretty much made June Dog wash. Sorry, Andy. Apologize. I do have some long dog samplers, but I gotta figure out my Alice one. I really do. So I am going to put another work on Harry Potter. And add 300 stitches to that. I'm also going to work on Snort Stack. And put 300 stitches. And Summer Quaker by Jardin Prive. We are going to try to get 500, yeah, 500 before the end of the month. Alright, now, I'll start this on Monday and go until Friday. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the things that didn't get called for the temperature. So the ones that didn't get called at all were Halloween Quaker and Galaxy Flowers. So I'm gonna put Galaxy Flowers and see how many stitches I can get. Let's say 500. And then next week I'll pick something else. So we'll do it that way. And then for my frolic, I'm gonna try to put a few more stitches in the Gothic Queen. Maybe 200 more stitches. Well, we'll see how many stitches I can get in this weekend, because I'll probably work on it more. But I will write down 1,000. If I get it, awesome. If I don't, okay. The Butterfly Days. We're going to put down as 1,000 as well. And I think there was one other one that I wanted to work on. I don't know if it's going to be Mad Tea Party. No, it's Fragile Thoughts. Cheers. Trying to think of which one I want to work on. Because I don't... I'm not much of a fancy lady person, like I said. So... This one. This is Lady Butterfly. It's monochromatic. So I think that's the one I'm going to start. Lady Butterfly. And we'll put 1,000 stitches down for that one. Okay. So that is that one. Now I just need to pick a new gnome and 3 and a 5. I think. Let me check. Where are you? Tiny decisions. Right there. We'll go with a new gnome. Or a gnome. Gnome. Thanksgiving Day gnome. I do believe that's another new start. And then we have to do the new start for the week. What do we got? Wizard Gnome 3. Okay, that works. Gnome. Wizard Gnome. Gnome. Number 3. Okay. And then we need a seasonal stitch. Ooh, 4 Seasons Winter. So how's this been the past couple days? Okay. Seasonal. Okay. Alright. And then on our 100 stitching, Icy Winter. So we need to do 100 stitches for the whole week. Icy Winter. So hopefully we'll get a good 700 stitches on that sucker. Or more if we can. And then 500. Thala and the Snowbird. That would be a full coverage new start. Not that I mind, but that's going to be on 25 count. Don't believe I have a piece of 20 count big enough. Which is fine. Alright, and I'm going to spin this one more time for 1,000 stitches. And that's, okay, that's the Queen of Hearts from Celtic Rose cross stitch, which is also another fancy lady. So I can fit 1,000 stitches on that one. 1,000. Q O H. Alright, that'll be it, but I gotta show you what they look like. So, okay. If you could hold on for 1 second, I will find those things. Well, actually, no. Most of them I have. How about a couple? So we need to find a couple. Alright. Oh, not stopped. Alright, took me a minute. Sorry about that. But I wanted to show you this and then award the project bags, gifts that I did. Alright, so first off is Thanksgiving Day Gnome. What's on here? Alright, where are you? Where are you? Okay, well, this is Thala and the Snowbird. This is from Zena Coswell. And this is 500 by 500, I believe. And this, the reason I bought this one, okay, is because her eyes. Because her eyes are those, you know, really big, gorgeous eyes. And kind of reminds me of Andy, the Crow Stitcher. Her eyes, you know, because Andy's got those beautiful big eyes, even with her glasses on. So, and she likes crows and ravens, so this kind of reminds me of her. And it's got that gothic look, you know, and she's got that whole gothic look going on. So that one will be 500 stitches. And then back up this way. Oh, come on. I know you're right up here. Somewhere. There you are. This is the Queen of Hearts that I was talking about. This one is also from Celtic Rose cross stitch. And I've got over 3,000 on this one, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. So all I need to put in is another 1,000 stitches, and I will probably do that this weekend, or try to get some of it done this weekend, because this is also the one that needs to get done. I worked on this for an entire weekend, and I was so thrilled that I got as much done as I got done. So I love her. She's absolutely gorgeous. And then, okay, we need to find the Thanksgiving Day Gnome, Four Seasons Winter, and oh, forgot one. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. It must be down this way. This one probably won't come out very well, but this is from Soda Stitch, and this is the Four Seasons Winter sampler. I'm not a seasonal stitcher. I could care less. Some people, you know, they only want to, there's only a short time to stitch on seasonal stuff, so this is the Thanksgiving Day Gnome, isn't he cute? Oh, it's a her, I think. Yeah, I think so. I don't see no beard. I see braids. That's so cute, and the colors are beautiful. I love fall colors. I love them. So, and then let's see. Okay. Hold 1 second. Oh, come on, where are you? Way, right here. Sorry about that. But this is Icy Winter by the Climbing Goat Designs. And I need to get, what, 100 stitches for a week. This is Icy Winter by Climbing Goat Designs. It started on February 13th, 2025. I'm using an 18 count teal that I dyed myself, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 1,000 stitches, which I have not met yet, and I am at 630 stitches. So there's that one. I do need to finish up the tree limb, put snow on it, put some snowflakes over here, and then there's a cloud and bird flying and so on and so forth. So there's that. There we go. So this is a paper pattern, so and then we got the wizard. I'm going to start Wizard Gnome number 3. Is this it? Yep. There it is. This is the Slytherin Gnome. This is also done on paper, but they all have the same colors roundabout. So this one will be start. I think I'm going to do this one on gray. Yeah. So there's that one. And that's all. That's everything. I showed you the ones I want to start. You've seen just about everything, so we'll take it from there. Alright, now, starting this month, I am on the first. I saw this challenge for like the American Cancer Society or something like that. Well, I'm not doing it for donations. I'm doing it for my own personal thing. But I'm just following the idea. And their idea was for the month of July, walking 2 miles every day for the whole month. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to walk my dog, hopefully 2 miles every day for the month of July. And I've got a little pedometer on my phone, and hopefully still I will after tomorrow. So I have to go get my phone looked at. And then take it from there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one focus whip for the month of July. Not sure what yet. I don't care what it is. It could be something that I want to finish. I don't know. But I can't work on it until after I've walked the 2 miles. So I'm going to put 200 stitches a day in this project for the month of July. Now, the other thing I'm thinking about doing is starting a letter game for myself. And if anybody wants to join, that'd be great. I did go through this whole big thing, and it was like, no, I'm not going to do that. It's just ridiculous. So I have in here a bunch of little tiny, like Scrabble tiles, but they're paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 2 letters a month, starting on the 1st. And I'm going to try to get as many whips done that start with that letter. Now, the value, it's also have a value. Like, okay, we'll go with G. This is the letter G. And the value is 2. So that means I'm going to do 200 stitches on everything that begins with the letter G. Now, before you get too excited, the designer can start with the letter G first or last name, or company. Any, say you're doing a sampler, and in that sampler you have a ghost, like say Silver Witches. I know Silver Witches has a ghost. I think it has a couple of ghosts. So you could say 200 stitches on Silver Witches because it has whatever, A, B, C, or D. Same thing, G, gnomes. Put 200 stitches on every gnome that I have started. These have to be starts, though. They have to be an active whip, or an inactive whip, or something you haven't worked on in a while. No new starts. It's too easy. So, like I know my friend Claudia, she was very excited about this weekend because she's got a lot of fancy ladies. It's fine. F, fancy lady. B, butterfly, you know, what is it? Lady butterfly. You could use an L and a B, and it's from Tinsel Cross Stitch. So, you know what I mean? So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to, you know, and, you know, if you want to work on it for 2 hours, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. As long as it starts with that letter, if you care to join me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do stitches, because it's easier for me. Because I have a lot of my stuff on here, and I just count them as I go, whenever I've got paper going on. So, yeah. But other than that, that's all I got. So, if you want to join my walking, then I'm just going to put Tammy's Walkathon. And so it's 2 miles a day for the full month of July. And then plus the alphabet soup. So, but other than that, that's all I got. Nothing's really been exciting around here. We've basically stayed close to home due to I want to be in the air conditioner and I really don't want to go anywhere. So there's that. Other than that, I hope you all stay safe and keep on stitching on, everybody.